This is Jessie Burr, technology reporter with MeriTalk. I'm here with General Greg Touhill, who's a Deputy Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. Touhill, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
So first, tell me about some of what you guys are doing with cyber at the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, in our job, we try to help other departments and agencies, as well as the private sector, better manage their cyber risk. And we do that through promoting, shaping, and developing best practices, through information sharing, and on a really bad day to help them with incident response. We're the guys that are behind the continuous diagnostics and mitigation program to help better manage the internal networks of the federal government, as well as state, local, tribal, and territorial governments. And we also help the departments and agencies with the implementation of the Einstein system. So our team of great men and women, cyber professionals, are helping all across the country.
Excellent. And in light of the increased federal focus on cybersecurity, what do you think federal agencies are doing to step up their cyber practice? Well,
one of the things that we're seeing and we're greatly encouraged by is the fact that we are implementing the Cyber National Action Plan, the cybersecurity improvement plans, and we're taking the cybersecurity conversation out of the technology realm and more appropriately focusing it as a risk management issue that it is. As such, we across the federal government are putting cybersecurity in all the right agendas so that as we are managing risk, we are making the decisions at the right levels, taking those decisions out of the server room and into the boardrooms where they really appropriately belong. But that said, cybersecurity really is a risk management issue for every level of leadership.
And many experts have said that information sharing is one of the key practices to improve cybersecurity. So how much do you think that agencies are information sharing with each other to the necessary level and with the private sector?
Well, first of all, I agree, Jessie, that information sharing is an essential part of every cybersecurity strategy. And we've been working very hard within the federal government as well as across the nation with critical infrastructure providers and the like to share information about threats, about indicators of compromise and the like. We've seen some great movement forward across the federal government, and specifically as we've done machine-to-machine sharing through automated indicator sharing. More and more organizations across the federal government are setting up the machine-to-machine information sharing, but we're seeing that within the private sector as well. And we find that being from the Department of Homeland Security, where if we see something, we're going to say something, the same rules apply when it comes to cyber information sharing. More and more people are in fact sharing information. And the feedback is when you see something, you say something, and you're part of that conversation, like a good cyber neighborhood watch, you're better prepared to manage your risk.
And what do you think is the greatest cyber danger to agencies, and what can they be doing about it?
That's an excellent question, and thank you for asking it. You know, as we take a look at all the different threat vectors that are out there, from spies, saboteurs, vandals, burglars, and the like, still the most prevalent threat is the careless, the negligent, and the indifferent within our own ranks. So we've been working very hard across the federal government, first of all, to cyber harden our workforce through better education and training and awareness and the like, more attention to detail, and fostering a climate of best practices and adherence to best practices. Because if you're compliance-based, you don't always get the best practice. But if you're focused on following best practices, you'll always be in compliance.
Excellent. Well, General, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. This is Jessie Burr with MeriTalk, and thank you all for watching.